Hello everyone, I'm Bethany with Texas Women's University Fitness and Recreation, and this is virtual Mat Pilates. So this semester we are adding several new Mat Pilates skills that I hope you guys enjoy developing with me. And today we won't need any additional equipment unless that you know that your body likes to have certain equipment already during certain moves. Pilates is all about listening to your body and working hard, but still being comfortable. So please listen to your body, take breaks, and hydrate as you see fit throughout the workout and throughout the day. So let's begin with breathing. We are going to come to an upright position with the legs in front of the body in such a position that reduces hip tension. So if your knees are in and you feel like you want to curl, let's lengthen those guys out. The feet can be pointed or flexed. I think I might go with pointed for myself today. And then we're up nice and upright through the torso with the shoulders lined up over the hips. The hands can rest comfortably on the thighs or on the shins, and we'll take a nice deep breath in and up. And then we'll exhale, nod the head like we're blowing out candles on a birthday cake, and just hold this flexed forward position. Take a breath here, holding the flexed shape, feeling the ribcage expand like a big balloon, and then exhale, blow out that straw and purse lips. One more breath here, in. Ribcage expands, exhale, out through a straw, and again, inhale, and exhale, and then we'll inhale, roll that spine up, nice and tall to neutral. And I lied, that was 3 breaths, but they were awesome. Let's take one more round of that, and I forgot our music. Computer, play Spotify.
Here's Spotify.
All right, incidental music. Let's take a breath in and up, and then exhale, nod that head. Blow out your imaginary birthday cake candles in a flexed position. Inhale and feel that ribcage expand like a big balloon. And then exhale, blow out those candles. 2 more breaths, breathing in. Everything expands, exhale. Everything contracts. 1 more breath here, in and out. And then we'll inhale to draw ourselves up nice and tall. Excellent. From this position, we'll come to our backs and we'll begin our imprint and our release. So, in our reclined position, we want to feel our natural lumbar curve, so not excessively arched and also not excessively smooshed, like we are simply comfortably reclining in a neutral spine. We are going to engage the lower belly between the pubic bone and the belly button to tighten and shorten just slightly, and it'll tilt that pelvis in on an inhale, and then we'll exhale as we release. And then we'll take 5 more of those. Let's inhale to imprint, and then exhale to release. Again, inhale, tilting through imprint, exhale to release. And again, inhale, imprint, exhale, release. Inhale, imprint, exhale, release. Inhale, imprint, exhale, release. And then inhale, imprint, and then exhale to release. Let's enter into our hip release. We'll inhale as we open that hip out to the side. Keep inhaling to lengthen the leg, and then exhale, rotate back to parallel, and then draw the knee and foot back to that start position. Let's take 2 more. Inhaling to open, inhaling to lengthen, exhale, rotate, back to parallel, and then keep exhaling to draw it in. Last one, Inhale, open. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, parallel and in. Switching sides. Inhale, open. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, rotate to parallel and draw it back in. Inhale, open. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, rotate to parallel and draw in. Last one. Inhale, open. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, parallel and draw it in. And last one. Inhale, open and lengthen. And exhale, parallel and draw it in. From here, let's go into our spinal rotation. A little bit different this time. We will inhale, float those legs to tabletop, and squeeze the ankles, shins, thighs, and knees all together. And then we'll exhale to rotate, leaving the shoulders still on the mat. We'll inhale to hold here, and then exhale, rotate back to center. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, rotate to the other side this time, leaving the shoulders on the mat. Inhale, hold, and then exhale, back to center. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, rotate to the first side. Inhale, hold, and then exhale, take it back to the center. And last one. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, rotate. Inhale to hold, and then exhale, take it back to the center. Inhale to hold, and then exhale. Let's float those legs back down to the mat. From this position, let's float those arms up above the shoulders, going into shoulder mobility. Inhale, reach the fingertips up toward the ceiling, and then exhale, press the backs of the shoulders lightly into the mat without popping the rib cage so the spine stays in that same position. Let's take two more. Inhaling, reaching up to the ceiling, shoulders protract, and then exhale, press the backs into the mat. And last one. Inhale, reach, and then exhale, retract. Let's take those hands and float them down on either side of the hips, palms down, and it'll be the same thing as far as inhaling and exhaling. So let's inhale, elevate the shoulders toward the ears, and then exhale, reach those fingertips toward the heels. And again, two more here. Inhaling, elevate the shoulders, exhale, two to press, and last one. Inhaling to elevate, and then exhale, two to press, and then inhale, let them come to neutral, and then exhale to hold, entering into our hip rolls. We'll inhale as we pass through that imprint that we began with, and then we'll exhale to roll that spine one vertebrae after the next into this nice diagonal shape here. So we've got diagonal between the backs of the shoulders that are still in contact with the mat, all the way to the hips. If you need to take your feet further out or further in for comfort, that's okay. But we want to focus on squeezing through those glutes to lift into that diagonal shape. We'll inhale here to hold, and then we'll exhale as we start to roll that spine from the sternum all the way back down to the mat, one vertebrae at a time, and then we'll release the hips into that neutral spinal position. Then we'll take a few more. Let's inhale, pass through that imprint. Exhale, curl it up. Inhaling at the top. And then let's exhale. Starting at the sternum between the shoulder blades, we'll roll it down one vertebrae at a time, keeping the collarbones wide, and then releasing the hips to neutral. Let's take the last one. We'll inhale, pass through that imprint. Exhale. Take it up. Inhaling at the top. And then exhale. With control, roll that spine back down, releasing the hips to neutral last. All right, from here, let's rotate over to a 4-point stance. Once we're in our 4-point stance, we'll enter into our cat stretch. So draw that spine nice and long in a neutral position, shoulders coming away from the ears. Take a breath in to prepare. On the exhale, start to curl the pelvis under like there's a beach ball underneath your belly button. And then continue trying to get the bottom of the ribs to touch the top of the hip bones. We're not going to get there, but we're going to feel that contraction. So we're not going here. We're just contracting through the center front of the body. Once we're here, we'll take an inhale to hold in our Pilates cat position. And then we'll exhale to hold. And then we'll inhale, lengthen that tailbone out to the head, back to a neutral spinal position. Again, inhaling to prepare. And then exhaling, tucking that pelvis, curling that rib cage. Inhaling to hold. Exhaling to hold. And then inhaling to lengthen tail to head back to that neutral position. Let's take one more here. Inhaling to prepare. And then exhaling. Curling that lower belly, then curling through the ribs. Inhaling to hold. Exhaling to hold. Still blowing out our imaginary birthday cake candles. And then inhaling to lengthen tail to head back to neutral. Excellent. Let's return to our backs. And take those arms above the shoulders, entering into our arm scissors. Let's inhale here in the center to prepare, and then exhale, scissor the arms away from one another without letting the rib cage splay, so maintaining that neutral spine. Then we'll inhale, back to the center. Exhale, scissoring the other direction. And then inhaling, back to center. Exhale, scissoring, inhaling, to center, exhale, second side, second time, and then inhaling to center, last round, exhale to reach, inhale, center, and then exhale to reach, and then inhale, center, and then exhale, float those arms down, palm down on either side of the hips. Beginning our head nods. Let's inhale to nod the head, keeping the back of the head still on the mat. And then exhale, lengthen back out to neutral. Again, inhale, nod that head, it's a tiny tuck of the chin. And then exhale, back to neutral. Last one, inhaling to nod the head. And then exhale to neutral. Let's keep going into our ab prep. So the hands will float on either side of the hips, or if you feel like, oh gosh, there's so much tension in my head and neck, you can take your fingertips at the back of the head and help to hold the weight of your head. So it's not a pull, it's more about supporting as you curl up. So we're thinking of contracting through here as opposed to pushing with our back. So, hovering the hands, let's inhale to nod the head. Exhale, flex it up with control as much as your front line can take you. We'll inhale to hold, and then we'll exhale, curl it back down. As you can see, mine is not all that high, but that's okay because it's through the front line that is lifting me. For example, if I curl up, can I go farther? Yes, but I've compromised all of my back now. This isn't lengthening me or lifting me, it's my back here pushing me forward. So, not wanting that, I don't get to go as high. And that's okay because I can feel the muscles working that I want to feel working as I contract up. All right, we have 4 of these. So here we go. Let's inhale to nod the head. Exhale. Flex and curl it up. Inhale to hold. And then exhale. Curl it back down. Again, inhale, nod. Exhale. Flex it up. Inhale to hold. And then exhale. Flex it back down. We got this. 2 more. Inhale, nod. Exhale. Flex it up. Inhale to hold. And then exhale. Flex it back down. Last one. Let's make it our best one with our form. Let's inhale to nod. Exhale. Nice and slow and controlled. We can feel all those muscles contracting us up. Inhale. And then exhale. Roll it back down. And if you need to take a side to side shake of the head, give that a go. Then let's roll it over onto our stomachs. So, entering into our breaststroke preps, we'll take the hands on either side of the chest, just above the shoulder level. We're going to take those legs about sits bones distance apart, which is the back of your hip that you actually sit on. And then we'll rotate at that hip joint laterally so that the toes are pointing toward the corner edges of the mat, or in my case, my imaginary mat. We'll begin here in either a tiny hover, or it may be with the head and forehead completely on the mat or the floor. It depends on what helps you to maintain a neutral spine. So for me, it'll be in more of a hover here, be slightly turned so that I can see and talk to you guys. And we're going to think about that belly button drawing away from the t-shirt or the mat or the floor. We're going to think about the glutes or the back of the hips squeezing lightly together and lightly up the back. And we're going to take a full breath cycle in and out to prepare. And then on the next inhale, we're going to think about those shoulders are drawing comfortably down the back. We're keeping our spine in line. Head and neck and spine all one unit as we press lightly into our hands and lift up on an inhale. And then we're going to exhale. Curl it back down to that mat. And then we'll keep going. Inhaling to lengthen the crown of the head up and forward. And then we'll exhale. Slow and controlled. Roll it back down the way we came in. Let's take a last one. Check in with your shoulders. Are they creeping up? I want to make sure they're comfortably coming down the back and the collarbones are nice and open across the front of the chest. Last one. Here we go. Inhaling to lengthen forward and up, pressing lightly into the hands. And then exhaling, taking it back down. Excellent. Let's take those palms, float them to frame the hips, and we're going to begin much the same. Let's take a full breath cycle in and out to prepare. Still feeling that belly button draw away from the mat. On that exhale, and you will inhale, widen the collarbones, lift through the chest, reaching those fingertips toward the heels. And then we'll exhale, keep the arms lifted, and lower the chest. And we'll take 2 more. Inhaling, widening the collarbones, reaching back and up, fingertips to heels. And then exhaling, drawing it back down. Last one. Inhaling, lengthening forward and up. And then exhaling, taking it back down. All right, let's take those hands underneath the chest. We'll press us up and draw our knees underneath us, hands framing the knees so that we can press into a round back shape, drawing the abdominals in, kind of like a little tiny baby kneeling crunch as we exhale in our shell stretch. And we'll take 2 more good breaths here, breathing in and out. And in. And out. And then we'll inhale to roll us up tall. Excellent. We will shift over onto our hips in an up tall seated position, entering into our half roll back. So the arms will float and we'll have the pinkies facing toward the floor as opposed to the palms. But I want you guys to think about those shoulders are coming wide through the collarbones without extending the chest. So we're still up tall. We have wide collarbones and the shoulders are coming down, kind of like a arc shape. We're connecting all the way through the underside of that arm to the pinky. And we're going to breathe in and up nice and tall. And then on the exhale, we'll curl through those lower abdominals. We're rounding as far as we can with control, and this is about it for my control here. And then we'll inhale to hold. And then we'll exhale. Keep this round shape and scoop and dive forward. So we want to keep that rounding like there's a beach ball in our lap the whole way forward. And then we'll inhale to stack up tall, trying to keep the arms parallel instead of letting them waffle with us. So we'll take a couple more of those. Inhaling up nice and tall. And then exhaling, curling, starting from the pubic bone, going as far as we can with control and feeling the abs performing the work. We'll inhale to hold here, maintaining that curl. And then we'll exhale. Keep that curl and round it over your imaginary beach ball. And then inhale. Stack it up nice and tall. Let's take one more of those. Inhaling to prepare. And then exhaling. Starting from the pubic bone, curling through those lower abs, only as far as we can maintain, still keeping those collarbones nice and wide. Inhaling to maintain that curl. And then exhaling, scooping and diving, keeping that beach ball protected between our chest and lap. And then inhaling to draw us up nice and tall. Awesome. From our half roll back, we'll come to our backs to begin working on our full roll up, but we'll start with a half. So the arms will begin reaching toward the ceilings, palms facing one another. Inhale here to prepare. We'll exhale, float the biceps toward the ears without popping the chest. So still in a neutral spine. And then we'll inhale, think of lengthening as you nod the back of the head. And then exhale, flex and curl it out, much like we did in our ab prep. Still thinking of connecting through those pinkies. Inhale to hold. And then exhale, curl it back down to that start position, biceps toward the ears. Inhale to nod the head. Exhale. Begin to flex it up as one unit. Inhale to hold. And then exhale. With control. One vertebrae at a time. Taking the biceps back toward the ears for that start position. Again, inhale, nod the head. Exhale. Curl it up. Inhale to hold. And then exhale with control, one vertebrae at a time. Back to the start position, and we'll take our last one. Inhaling to nod the head, and then exhale. Flexing it up. Inhaling to hold. And then exhaling release back. And then we'll inhale, take those arms back over the chest, and then exhale, release them down. Awesome. If you were shaking during that last move, so was I. Let's come up, and we'll take a cross-legged position, going into our spine twists. We'll take a first position with the arms to begin, and we'll inhale up nice and tall, and then we'll exhale, rotate to one side, inhale to hold, and then exhale, take it a little bit deeper for 1, exhale, 2, exhale, 3, and then inhale, take it back up, switching sides, exhale to rotate, inhale, back off, and then exhale, a little deeper for 1, exhale deeper 2, exhale deeper 3, and then inhale, lengthen that spine back up to center. Let's take 2 more rounds. Inhaling up nice and tall to prepare. Exhale, 1, exhale 2, exhale 3, exhale last one, and then inhale, back to center. Next side, exhale for 1, exhale 2, exhale 3, exhale last one, and then inhale, back to center. Let's take one last round, exhaling to rotate, then deeper for 1, deeper 2, deeper 3, inhale back to center, and then exhale other side, and then deeper for 1, 2, 3, and then inhale, back to center. Release those hands. Let's come to our backs. Take a slight imprint or tuck of the pelvis in toward you, if that feels more comfortable and more stable on your body today. And we'll float those legs to a tabletop position here, knees directly over the hips. So let's take those hands and let the fingertips rest behind the head for support. Now the elbows are not necessarily going to be flush with the ground because that makes my rib cage kind of excessively pop. So if the elbows are floating a little bit, it's okay. In this position, we'll inhale as we nod the head. We'll exhale to flex it up. We'll inhale here in the center, and we'll exhale, curl deeper and rotate to one side. Then we'll inhale, maintain that curl in the center, and then exhale, curl deeper and rotate to the other side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, switching sides each time. Then inhale, back to center, and then exhale, switch. Inhale, center, exhale, and then inhale, center, and then exhale, and inhale, center. 2 more rounds. Exhale, inhale, keeping that curl. Exhale, rotate, inhale, center, exhale, last round, inhale, center, and then exhale, inhale, center, and then exhale, roll it down, and release the legs from our tabletop position. Let's press it back up to our 4-point stance, and just to give it a review, we'll go into our swimming preps. So it'll be alternate and opposite. Arm and leg are going to lift up and then lower back down, switching sides each time, and it's more about reaching across the body and in line with the joints, not so much about the excessive lift. So, looking for maintaining stability, beginning with the opposite pairs on your favorite sides. We'll take a full breath cycle to prep. Breathing in and out. Feeling that belly button pull away from the t-shirt. Then we'll inhale to lengthen and lift. And then exhale, drop back down toward the center. Switching sides. Inhaling to lengthen and lift. And then exhaling, taking it back down. Again, inhaling to lengthen and lift. And then exhaling to lower down. Inhaling to lengthen and lift. And then exhaling to lower down. Still drawing that belly button in the whole time. Again, inhale, lengthening and lifting. Keeping the hips facing the ground. We don't want to rotate out. And then exhale. Draw it down. Inhaling to lengthen and lift. And then exhaling to lower it down. Last round. Inhaling, lengthening and lifting. Exhaling, drawing it down with that core. Last side, last time. Inhaling to lengthen and lift. And then exhaling, drawing it down. From this position, take a breath in. Exhale. Draw that belly in, maintaining a neutral spine. And we'll take one more breath in a neutral spine here in. And then on the exhale, we'll sit the hips back toward the heels, hands toward the knees. Framing the knees with the hands in that shell stretch. Rounding the spine and taking two more nice deep breaths here in. And out. And again in. And out. And then we'll inhale as we draw us up nice and tall. Then we can come to a comfortable for us seated position so that we can take our last Pilates breath together. Sweeping the arms up and out to the sides. On an inhale, and then exhaling down through the center of the body. Thank you guys so much for joining me for the first session together for virtual Mat Pilates. Was a little bit of a review of what we have been working on over the summer together, but we are going to continue progressing through our full Pilates mat roll up, and I am excited for it. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and let's have a great first week back together.